This is Helloangel.design. Today I'm going to show you how to make a baby wrapper. As you can see right here, I've made this already. The neckline is elastic, and then I attach a bow at the front of the dress, and I make a snap here for the bottom edge. This is how it looks. It's very easy to make and very cute. If you have not subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button and also click the notification bell. If you're just stopping by, thank you so much for watching, and please watch the tutorial to the end so that you can learn one or two things from this video. If you like my tutorial, thumbs up, and let's get started. As you can see right here, I have cut my fabric ready. So go ahead and do the same. If you want to know how to make this pattern paper, go to my other tutorial. I show how to make peasant pattern paper. In that video, I show how to make the sleeve. I show how to cut the neckline and the armhole. So all you have to do, take that same pattern paper that you will make. So just go ahead and make the same sleeve and the neckline. So for the side, just measure down 9 inches from the bottom edge. Measure down 2 inches. Make sure it's unfold when you're going to cut it out. And just take your armhole curve from that 9 inches to that 2 inches, just curve it out. That you do not cut your peasant pattern paper. Place another paper on top of it, trace it out, and then cut it out. So this is how I also make this pattern paper. So go and watch that tutorial and you will know what I'm trying to explain here. First thing that you have to do, open your sleeve, take it to your sewing machine, fold it, and then fold it again. Take it to your sewing machine and top stitch. You're going to hem your sleeve, top stitch all around, and you also do the same thing on this side. Set your sewing machine to 3 or 3.5. That will be your stitch length. I have hemmed the sleeve. You can see how it is. The next thing that you have to do, take your top. This is the front of the fabric. Place your sleeve on top of from the neckline, place it on top of it like this. Just spin around. Have done pinning it like this. Take the second top. So this is the second top. This is the other sleeve. Place it also on the neckline on the side. Just place it like that and also pin around. You see the way it is, and then you continue. You take the other sleeve, place it on top of the neckline again. Make sure both fronts are facing each other and just continue pinning. I have pinned the sleeve on the dress. This is how it will look once you're done pinning. The next thing that you have to do, take it to your sewing machine, stitch along the both armhole like that all the way to the end. You're stitching the sleeve on the armhole. So when you're going to overlock your raw edges, also continue from the beginning of the neckline all the way down to the end of the armhole. And you do the same thing from the beginning all the way to the end. You do the same thing on the other side. I have stitched the sleeve together. This is how it is. Once you have done that, take it to your ironing board, press it very well. You can see for the armhole, I just fold inside 1 centimeter and press along. I did the same thing on the side, and you do the same thing on the other side. Once you have done with that, turn your dress inside out. Before you will stitch here, before you will stitch the armhole, pull the both sides seam together. Once you have done pinning the both sides seam together, take it to your sewing machine, stitch the both sides seam together. And once you have done with that, take it to your overlocker. Just overlock the raw edges. If you don't, use zigzag to overlock the raw edges. Once you have done stitching the both sides seam together, then you can go ahead and stitch the armhole all together in place. Once you have done stitching the both sides seam together, so you decide if you want your seam line to be at the back of the dress or at the front of the dress. So mine, I push it towards the back of the dress and I take a pin just to pin that in place. So when you're going to stitch it all around, you can see my stitch line from the sleeve. So I will continue from here. I will just stitch it all around, and then I will end on the other side of the sleeve. I have stitched the both sides seam together, and I also finished the armhole. You can see I just stitch across from here all the way to the end. I did the same thing on the other side. The next thing that you have to do, the leg hole, take it to your serger, overlock the raw edges. You overlock the both side edges, fold inside 1 centimeter or half an inch, and then top stitch very close to your overlock stitch thread. But if you don't have overlocker, just fold inside 1 centimeter and then fold again 1 centimeter and top stitch very close to the edge so that there is a gap here where you can insert your elastic. So when you're stitching, when you fold inside and fold it again, when you're stitching, make sure you stitch very close to the edge all around. You do the same thing on the other side. I have finished top stitching the leg hole. This is how it is, and the open gap that you're going to insert your elastic all around. This is the open gap I left open. As you can see, you can place your office pin on your elastic and just place it inside all around to the other side. The next thing that you have to do, you're going to hem the neckline. So you open your dress like this, take it to your ironing board, fold inside 1/4 inch, and then fold it again 1/2 inch and top stitch all around. Make sure to leave a gap where you're going to put your elastic. If you're using centimeter, fold inside 1 centimeter and then fold it again 1 centimeter and top stitch. So when you're top stitching, set your sewing machine to 3 or 3.5. That will be your stitch length. So stitch from here. This is the gap that I left open. I will stitch from here all around and I will end here. Don't forget to also back stitch at the beginning, back stitch at the end. I just finished top stitching the neckline all around. So I take my office pin. I'm going to place it I will place it inside the elastic. First thing what I'm about to do right here, I will just put it on the leg hole before placing it on the neckline. I just finished putting the elastic around the leg hole. So I will take another pin just to secure the elastic so that it does not move out. You should do the same. The next thing that I'm about to do here, I will place another office pin on another elastic and then put it around the neckline. So you will open your dress, the gap that you have unstitched yet, just place your office pin inside and just keep pushing it all around the neckline. I just finished putting the elastic around the neckline. If you want to stitch your elastic together, what you have to do, pull the both elastic together. It's like you lock the elastic and then take your pin, just pin that in place. Once you have done that, take it to your sewing machine, either use zigzag or straight stitch to stitch it in place. Once you have done stitching, just push your elastic inside and top stitch all together. The next thing, then you take your leg hole. This is your leg hole. Before you stitch the elastic in place, put them together. Make sure both the leg hole lengths are the same. One is no longer than the other. So put them together and then take it to your sewing machine and just top stitch the elastic in place just to secure the elastic so that it doesn't move out. I have top stitched the open gap where you put your elastic, and I also top stitch here just to secure the elastic. The next thing that you have to do, cut a piece of fabric. The length is 3.5 inch while the width is 4.5 inch. Also cut your interfacing. So before you iron your interfacing on your fabric, first fold it into two. So when you iron your interface, you're going to press it on one side. Once you have done with that, also fold inside 1 centimeter. Fold inside 1 centimeter. So when you're going to stitch it on your bottom edge of the dress, so turn it like this. You fold inside 1 centimeter and you place it at the very top here, and take your pin, just pin that in place. Just go ahead and pin it. Once you have done pinning the both sides together, take it to your sewing machine, just top stitch. I have top stitch. This is how it is. I will just cut out a little bit of the seam allowance. The next thing that you have to do, so fold it inside. So this is the mid part. Fold it on top of it like this, and then the raw edges you still fold inside, and the top here you have to also fold inside 1 centimeter and use it to cover the raw edges. Place it on top of it like this and take your pin, just pin all in place. Once you have done pinning, the next thing that you have to do, take it to your sewing machine, just stitch across, and you do the same thing on this side, across. I have top stitch all around. You can see I just top stitch, and I did the same thing on this side. And you can also see that I have started to install my snap. If you want to know how to install a snap on your dress, what you have to do, put them together like this. It's like you're going to put your both fabric together. Do not separate them, just put them together. So I am installing 3 snaps on this dress. Then you take your hole poker, and this is your snap installer. So I will take my hole poker right now and poke a hole in the mid part like this. And just do it like this. Take it off, open it, and then you take one of the head, you place it into that hole that you poke. You just push it in. And you take this one, you can see how it is. So you turn it like this, place it in like that, and you take your snap installer, put it at the mid part, and just press. That's it. And then you come again this side, you take the head, place it at the back of the dress, and push your fabric in. And this is how this look. So you put it like this, take your snap installer, and then push it in again. That's it. So you just pin them like that. So I will put the black at the last one. So I have done installing my snap. If you want to put multiple colors, you can put different colors here, or you can put like the way I put it, 2 cream, 1 black, or 1 cream, 1 black, 1 cream. So depends on how you want your snap to look. This is how the dress will look when you're done stitching or when you're done making your dress. The next thing that you have to do is to make a bow. So if you don't know how to make a bow, go to my previous video, how to make a dress with gathered skirt. I have shown how to make a bow. So I will make a bow and I will place it at the chest line. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you also learn 1 or 2 things from this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. Bye.